Today we're taking a look at this kit that I have set up in this new Tac Geek L3C sling bag. Now this is set up more for a suburban environment, more for my location. Everyone is going to have different circumstances, different locations, and different needs. This is set up in my eyes and what I think I would need for an immediate emergency in a broad sense and cover several different bases up into hopefully getting me 10 miles to maybe 15 miles on foot. Now, as I said, more for small town, suburban style environment. So outside of bigger cities, and we're going to be running into small towns, maybe some very large wooded and tree lined hills, smaller mountains, stuff like that to navigate around or through, and not necessarily having to deal with heavily wooded areas, but you could use those areas to kind of hide yourself in if you needed as you worked your way to where you was trying to get to. Now, that is the idea for this bag, and not everything in this bag is a perfect representation of what I will have in here for that type of thing. But let's start with the bag itself. It's the Tac Geek L3C. I've been using this for the last couple of months. This is a fairly new bag for them, and I will have Tactical Geek and everything linked down below in the description of this video. Now, the bag itself is more of a tactical side sling bag, but they do have other colors and they have other options as well. This has MOLLE compatible front on it, and you have some different webbing all through here. We have YKK zippers, which are fantastic, and we have these big hooks here, so they're actually very easy to use, open and close. And this is probably my favorite setup, bar none, at this point. I like the brass zippers better, but I like how these are set up. The YKK brass zippers are phenomenal, but these ones are not too shabby either. And with these hooks, they just glide open, and this is weatherproofed, so it will help in wet environments. Keep the stuff inside clean. We're looking at 1000 denier nylon, which is waterproof and weatherproof up into a certain extent. And we also have UTX buckles all the way around, which, if you're not familiar with YKK zippers, UTX buckles, those are some of the most premium ended zippers and buckles on the market. Even expensive brand, like for instance, let's say Calvin Klein or somebody like that, they'll use YKK zippers. YKK zippers are the good stuff, as are the UTX buckles here. And we also have a separation clasp here, which is locked in very well below this padding here. And we also have some webbing on the strap here. Now, this is a 3-pocket sling bag. So you have a main front pocket, you have a large center pocket, and then a back rear pocket. Now, we'll start in the back here. We covered everything on the outside. There are a couple of lashing points to this where you could lash some other gear. You could lash this to another pack. And we also have a drawstring bottom, which I was going to use for a water filter, but I solved that with a 2-in-1 type of deal, which I will show at some point here, but a container water filter mix that I can literally just clasp to this if that time ever came. Now, in the back here, pretty simple setup and pretty straightforward. This would be like, this is an example of an emergency blanket. There's actually like 6 in here. This is actually a little bit thicker than it should be due to a couple things like this here. This has like 6 blankets in it, and this would be like worst case scenario, the plan would be to get home or wherever you're going in that 10 to 15 miles, maybe even a little bit more, but to get there maybe not in one stretch, but you're planning on getting there within 24 hours, right? That would be ideal. But say, whatever happens halfway through and you have to kind of hunker down somewhere, at least having something. I'm more of a tarp person than anything, but having something is going to be better than nothing. So that's kind of what those represent there, those emergency blankets. Now, don't go anywhere without one of these in my pocket. This is a redundancy thing. A handkerchief, you can do so much with one of these. You can filter debris out of water. You can wipe your nose with it. You can seal up kind of a wound with it, or use it for emergency medical type stuff like that. You could put it around your head if it's really hot and sunny out, or around your neck. There is a million and one uses for a handkerchief, and they take up no space at all. Highly recommend having those in every single one of your packs. Now, that's pretty much it. I have a hank of paracord in here. I think this is like 10 or 15 feet of paracord, and that would be ideal enough to accomplish quite a bit, whether it's relacing shoes, putting up a makeshift kind of shelter type deal. That should be enough. Ideally, maybe a little bit more, but like I said, you're not trying to stay out in this. You're trying to get from where you were to home, and or its immediate use, right? You're using it right where you are now. That's what this bag is trying to cover. We have a sharpener in here with this microfiber cloth, just to keep the sharpener from getting marred up or the diamonds coming off, and that's double-sided. Pretty straightforward. It's slim, minimal, and that can help maintain a tool, a sharp tool, if you need. Now, we'll move to the front side of this bag. And as I said, the bag is very straightforward. In here, I have a Bic lighter with 2 different widths of duct tape and a rubber band, so she ain't going to open. And then I have my little change satchel in here, and this has a bunch of $1 coins in it. I think 10 bucks worth of $1 coins. And that is going to be it as far as loose items. Now, I threw this Daily Carry Co. pouch just for a little bit more organization in the front. Initially, I didn't have this, but it just kind of worked out really good. Daily Carry Co. pouch. You have a Molly spot back here. I have a Right in the Rain pad in here. I have this flashlight here, which you can charge it up. It's got a dual cell, so you can use a USB-C to charge up the light, but you can also use a AAA in this light. So really like that. At least have something that you can rely on. So that gives me the ability to either use a AAA or charge this up, one way or the other, to find power. I also have a C-hook here just to have. I have a couple of zip ties here, some smaller ones. And down in here, because I don't need immediate access to these items, I just have them pushed way down. This is a lockpick set from Sparrows. People who've been around my channel for quite a while have probably seen this. But this is a lockpick set, a small EDC size lockpick set from Sparrows. They are a top-notch company for lockpick sets. I am no lockpick master or anything like that. I am a hobbyist at best with it. And then on the other side, I've cracked a few locks in my time here. And then I got a Right in the Rain pen to go along with the pad. And then I have a brand new Sharpie here, still sealed in the plastic. That's nice and small. That way, if I need to leave a note or something like that, I have the ability to do so. And then inside, and as I said, if I'm traveling in the back seat of my vehicles, I have a full get home bag right, that I could pull items from. Let's say I'm trying to stay, you know, low drag, high speed. I just want the bare essentials. Then I can load this bag up, and that gives me the ability to maybe take some stuff out of here and leave it in the vehicle and take some stuff out of that bag. And that there then for means I have tourniquets there and a full medical kit, a bare fac, if you will. But all I have in here for medical is a couple of band-aids, you know, and some duct tape. And I would probably use the duct tape first. You know, I'm not really that scared to, you know, if I get in a gunfight, you know, well, who knows what happens. Little whistle in there, but that's not the plan, right? I would try to avoid all that. And like I said, I got tourniquets and a medical kit, but not something I'm going to keep in this particular bag. I have a fire starter set in here, tinder, some matches that are water weatherproof matches. So that's just a mini fire kit there. That would start several fires for you. And then in here, this is just a little bit kit. I got the AAA battery in here for the flashlight. And I also have some bits and some pins there. Just a little tool kit or bit kit, whatever you want to call it. And that's it for in that part right there. Just remember, this is an oh shit kit. So we're trying to solve a wide range of issues that are either right directly in front of us or something we can try to handle within 10 to 15 miles, maybe a little bit more. Now, inside, plenty of room, padded. You can fit a Glock 19 in there, no problem. I, of course, fit a smaller pistol in here as well. And it can also fit like a full-size Canic or something like that. But then the bag obviously becomes a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. Now, on the flip side, I'm not going to get it out because I don't want to make the YouTube gods upset, and we can accomplish what we need to. But there's plenty of room in there. That's all that's in there. It's just a big open spot with a nice pillow on this side. You have 3 big spots here. Now, like I said, laid out very simply. I have some food, just a little snack, a little bar. Like I said, maybe not the best example, but that is what it is. That'll give you a little bit of something to get you where you need. I have a multi-tool here with a 1/4-inch bit drive, which goes along with those bits you saw. We have a full set of scissors and a blade here. And of course, you hopefully have your EDC on you as well, which should either be a little fixed blade and or a folder or both. And then just a little array of tools here, bottle and can opener here, small flathead, wide flathead, and a punch there. You have a pocket clip. And what I like and how I made this is, in the off chance I have to ditch this bag, for the most part, the items can be attached in my pocket via a pocket clip or can go into kind of a smaller pouch such as that. As far as another flashlight that I would consider the primary light, the other flashlight is merely a backup with that AAA battery. Now, it's redundant, I know, but it's really not taking up any more space, and these don't weigh a whole lot at all. As far as these items, guys, whatever makes sense to link, if something looks interesting, I will link what I can. Now, this Workos flashlight has an aux light here. It's the HD01 Pro. I like this because it has a 2-way clip, so you can clip it in your pants or you could wear it on the bill of a cap. You have your USB-C port there for recharging it. You have a primary light here and a green laser, as well as a UV light. That's your aux light there. There's your UV light. And there's your main light. Very simple user interface. This is one of my favorite flashlights out there on the market, and these are very inexpensive. I've had all three of the different variations, and they are extremely solid. One of my favorite rechargeable style flashlights. Over here, I have another little mini organizer, and this is kind of a little emergency pouch in and of itself. Inside of this Artco organizer, I got the Nightcore, and this is the NB6000 carbon fiber style. So this is a true 6,000 milliamp hour battery bank. So that would give my phone a nice boost. That would charge either one of those flashlights up and still have some left over. I have an emergency USB-C cord. I do have several in both the vehicles, but just in case, and I got the space for it. In the back here, I have this little setup with a pair of tweezers, pry bar, and a 6, 8, and 10 Torx, along with the pry bar bottle opener function, but that will maintain 90% of the knives that I would ever carry with me. I have a mini EDC ferro rod from Mitten State EDC, best handmade ferro rods in the game. He makes 3 different sizes, all kinds of different handle material, all kinds of different woods, micartas, carbon fiber, anything you can pretty much think of, glow in the dark material, he does it. And then I also got a little bit of cash in here, I think like 20 bucks or something like that. So there's a total of like maybe 30 bucks in this bag, which would be, you know, hopefully enough if you run into a place, whether it's maybe it's gas you need, maybe it's drinks or snacks or food or whatever. That should hopefully get a couple of things. Now, keep in mind, this is just a solo bag. And like I said, this is for immediate emergencies or immediate scenarios, or within 10 to maybe up to 20 miles, something that you could realistically accomplish in a day, right? The average person, I think, walking pretty slowly, like 3 miles per hour, you know, let's say you have 10 to 15 miles. Well, you know, you do the math, you're obviously going to stop, take breaks. So add several hours to each one of those, most likely, especially depending on where you live. Like now, if I tried to walk 20 miles in northern PA, it is frigid as hell. You know, you'd want to be dressed. This is all thinking you're dressed the proper way. You have an EDC on you as well. You know, you've taken care of the background things. This is just your oh shit kit in case you need a little something. Maybe you're just starving and you need a snack, right? Maybe you just need a flashlight. Maybe you just need to get a little fire going to warm you and your buddy up. Who the hell knows what it is? But that is my oh shit kit. That is the Tactical Geek L3C sling bag. I have fully enjoyed this bag and look forward to using it. It's been extremely comfortable, and I am going to be doing a future video with this and the pouch that also you can use with this in conjunction on. I'm going to do a video on both of those together and how I set that up here in the future. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the oh shit kit Tactical Geek L3C sling bag here? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. If you're new to my channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll put up a couple of new videos, and YouTube is recommending you go check out this one right here. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.